band assisted Stahl prone hip flexor stretch. In the band assisted Stahl prone hip flexor stretch, you'll have the outside leg extended to the point that you feel a hamstring stretch and the foot placed flat facing forward as you see here. You want the other half of the body placed flat onto the table, starting with the knee. So you want the leg to actually be facing directly down, not turning out in this direction. You'll place a band on the top of the foot here, very close to the ankle. Generally, this would be done with this left side arm, as it's very hard. Let's go ahead and show that. It's very hard to get into that position. Sometimes you may have to want the other half of the body placed directly flat, straight down into the table. So you wouldn't want the leg turned out like this. You want it directly placed flat down, straight into the table. To get the band onto the foot, if you're pretty mobile, which likely you aren't, otherwise you wouldn't have this as part of your exercise or stretch prescription, is you can use the left hand to then just place this band over the top of the foot. If you're not that mobile, then what you can do is you can put the band on the leg. So in this case it's Matt's right leg, so it'd be my right leg, right foot. Loop the band on the foot, turn, hook the foot there, and then lay down while you're bringing this arm up and over like this to then go onto the table. So that's how you would get the band onto the foot. Go ahead and hold with your right hand there. So let's say we're already in that position. Leg placed flat down. What you want to make sure of is you're using the glute contraction a little bit to keep that right side or the hip flexor that you're stretching kind of smashed down into the table. Then on this other side, which you can't see very well here, but what's happening is you're getting a big stretch in the QL and in the lat as well. So we're getting a big hip flexor complex stretch, including the psoas. We're getting a big, so much QL, but primarily lat stretch here as well, going into shoulder extension. So that's the way you'd apply the stretch. The way you'd increase the stretch, go ahead and bring that left hand again, is pulling on the band, which is going to create greater tension on the band, and pull the foot further forward. And again, you'd want to have that band nice and close to the ankle. Then you can just grip and hold there. And primarily what you'll be doing with this stretch is relaxing breathing, but a contract relax method could also be applied, even applying this stretch to yourself. So contract for 10 seconds, exhale and completely relax after those 10 seconds, and the muscle will let go, get a little longer mobility. The band-assisted Stahl prone hip flexor stretch can also be done from the lying on the floor instead of on a table or plinth position. So lying on the floor, you'll put the band onto the foot or ankle as you saw here. You'll lie down, you'll bring the foot up into the hip stretching position. You'll hold that hand, hold the band with the right hand, and you'll use the left hand to adjust as needed. So if you want to increase the stretch again, you can just pull with the left hand, and now there's greater tension both on the lat and the hip flexor complex. And the contralateral leg, in this case the left leg, is going to be sticking straight out to the side. And the other thing that you want to make sure, just like being on the table, is you want to make sure that the thigh or the hip flexor that's being stretched is placed directly down into the floor.